Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the adventures of Eärendil, a high elf mage who has been spending some time here in the Queen's Ship Inn, a fine establishment here in the old city of Ebonheart.
I have a feeling that you and I are about to become very close.
Now, we've been spending some time in this ancient city, repairing our gear, stocking up on potions, and getting ourselves ready for what will be one of our final adventures in this game.
You like to dance close to the fire, don't you?
For we are ready this morning to proceed to the island of Ardenfell and the realm of Dagoth-Ur. No other holiday divides the people of Ebonheart like the Third of Hearthfire. A few of the oldest, more superstitious men and women do not speak all day long, for fear that the evil spirits of the dead will enter their bodies. Most citizens enjoy the holiday, calling it Tales and Tallows, but even the most light-hearted avoid the dark streets of Ebonheart, for everyone knows the dead do walk tonight. Only the Mages Guild completely thrives on this day. In celebration of the oldest magical science, necromancy, all magical items are half-price today. Well, Eärendil wishes he had kept in mind that this holiday was approaching, for then he could have saved some money on the potions he bought. But he is so wealthy at this point that that is scarcely a concern on his mind.
I have no time for you, Outland.
3 blessings, Sarah.
So, anyway, on this fine yet foggy morning, we are going to go ahead and proceed from the old city of Ebonheart, across the water, here to the island of Ardenfell. And I personally am a little bit tempted to stop here at Ald'ruhn, here imperialized as Ald'ruhn, because that is one of my favorite cities in the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. But I shall not be so indulgent. We might stop there to recover after our trip to Dagoth-Ur. But that is our destination for now. So, 17 days total travel.
Why walk when you can ride?
The sacred entrance of the Dwarven smiths into the Fire Mountain, Dagoth-Ur, stands before you. Magical runes glow in the red firelight, shimmering with heat. Sulphurous gouts of steam escape from vents within the rock face of the opening. The final piece of the Staff of Chaos beckons. A sense of foreboding comes over us. You enter the Fire Mountain Dagoth-Ur. Around you the air shimmers with heat. Even the stone floor is warm to the touch. Not the most inviting location, but Eärendil shall make the most of it.
Come, Nerevar, friend or traitor, come. Come and look upon the heart and a Kulakan. And bring Wraithguard. I have need of it.
We are well prepared for whatever awaits us here, or so we hope.
Dagoth-Ur welcomes you, Nerevar, my old friend. But to this place where destiny is made, why have you come unprepared?
We found our first secret door. Shall we perhaps find ancient Dwarven or Dwemer relics here in this place? That remains to be seen. Will we, instead, only find the strange, newer relics of House Dagoth in its current, mutated form under the leadership of the Sharmot, the Devil Dagoth-Ur, as he is known to worshippers of the Tribunal?
Is this how you honor the 6th house and the tribe unmourned? Come to me openly, and not by stealth.
We should prepare some spell absorption, of course. Now I need to prepare once again my shock spell, of course. At this point in the history of Morrowind, Dagoth-Ur would have awoken, quite some time ago in fact, back during the Second Age, or Second Era. So Eärendil has been intrigued as he's been learning more about this strange and troubling aspect of recent Morrowind history. The powers of the Tribunal have been lessened somewhat by Dagoth-Ur and his meddling.
Come, bring Wraithguard to the Heart Chamber. Together let us free the cursed false gods.
That one went down much faster than the previous one. Oh, hello. Now this game, of course, does not get into all that lore. Lore about the Tribunal and House Dagoth and so forth had not been developed at this point. At least not to any extent that it would be incorporated into this game. This game and its world were based on ideas developed by some of the designers and programmers behind this game for some of their tabletop D&D campaigns. Good old Dungeons and Dragons. So they may have developed some things more deeply than we are shown in this game. That is a possibility. But of course, some things that we see in the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind were definitely not developed until the time that game came around. And even some of the stuff we see in Daggerfall was almost certainly an outgrowth of new ideas that they had as they were developing that game and after the relative success of this one. Well, hello, homunculus. And goodbye. We are still absorbing spells and shielded. It's nice. We have a strange room here. Let's keep an eye on our map. So this place does exhibit some nice symmetrical structure here and there, as we would expect from the dwarves, the Dwemer of old. How much have things changed in the centuries since the disappearance of the Dwemer? Difficult to say. But perhaps Eärendil will be able to discover some recent changes as well as some additional signs of things that took place here in more ancient days as he continues his exploration. Indeed, he cannot deny that he is somewhat excited by these prospects. Even though his quest is his primary focus, his background as a scholar continues to motivate him. And he would love to learn all there is to know. About the history of its place and the various peoples and creatures that have called it home over the centuries or even perhaps millennia. Well, this homunculus is making it difficult for us to descend. Can we get him? Let's try a different spell. Perhaps a fire blast. There we go. And we need a fresh spell of spell absorption. Also, we're a bit stuck. So let's go ahead and use our trick of jumping straight out. Is that going to work? There we go. Ah, hello, Wraith. Yes, please cast some spells. Eärendil's mirror may reflect some of them back at you. But you go ahead. Do not be daunted. Come on. Some ranged fire. And that's the end of you. Interesting design here. So in order for us to more conveniently reach that secret door, let's go ahead and create some floor right there. Good. Manipulating matter and energy, various forces of this realm of, oh, what is it called? Is it Mundus? Am I remembering correctly? I need to brush up on some of my Elder Scrolls lore. I mean, of course, this continent is called Tamriel, but as far as the plane or planet in general, is it called Mundus? Maybe you can remind me. Please feel free to correct me anytime in the comments below if I'm a little bit incorrect in some of my claims about the lore or the history of anything to do with this game and this series. Hello there, Hellhound. You see a Hellhound, indeed. Oops, I don't want to create floors. That's not the spell I want. Let's go ahead and do some frost. Are there any others? Please cast some spells, if you would. Come on, you see me. There we go. And is someone behind me? No? Okay. Wonder why they're not breathing at me so much. Might be something funny about the geometry of this place. It's causing them to be a little confused in their AI. There's a little bit of a raised platform there, but it's not raised so much that it should obstruct their view or their spells. Or breath, in this case. This chamber looks to be some sort of crypt. Okay. Now, I had a lot of fun in the previous video, adding little Easter eggs, little audio clips, and so forth. Vampire regenerating, that does not bode well. But anyway, I enjoyed including little audio clips and whatnot from the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, and of course I've been doing some of the same in this video, and I'm sure I will continue to do much more as the video continues. So hope you all enjoy that, especially those of you who have played the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. Well, I guess only those of you, because most of the rest of you might simply be confused by such things. If so, my apologies. But just understand that yes, if you hear any strange voice audio files that seem out of place for this game, that's because I've dropped something in, not right now while I'm recording, but later on while editing, to add a little flavor from the third and my favorite of the Elder Scrolls series, Morrowind. Now this door doesn't seem to be responding to me. I better save again. This lock would prove a good challenge. While Eärendil enjoys a challenge, I think we hear a vampire within this door. Has he been sealed in here? Am I being foolish by attempting to open this door? That could be. But we may be able to destroy this vampire once and for all, which is even better than having it merely imprisoned, perhaps, depending on one's moral views on the right to life of a vampire, of course. Now let's see if this will work. Yes, indeed. Let's get some fresh spell absorption going. Greetings, foul vampire.
The 6th house is risen.
Of which vampire clan are you a member, if any? Thank you for the flame spells. Much appreciated. Go ahead, try to cast some more.
You shall serve as flesh or dust.
And soon, you shall face some fire spells of my own. There we go. He is naught but ash now. Found a Mithril Key. Beautiful. That is fantastic, and I like that artwork there. That's wonderful. Mort. Is this where you rest? In between times that you are either allowed out or someone foolishly enters your den. Chances are he wasn't truly imprisoned. In fact, we could say, pulling from more recent lore, that may have actually been an ash vampire that I just faced and defeated. One of the servants of Dagoth-Ur. We shall save again and make note on our map. Ash Vampire. By the way, recently I started experimenting a bit more with using the mouse to move around, and it does have one nice benefit, as you're seeing right here, which is it does provide for smoother movements, especially when turning. You can do more slow and gradual turns, as well as more gradual movement forward and back. And that's kind of nice. You know, it's a little less jerky than using the arrow keys. So I might do that sometimes, even though I'm more accustomed to the arrow keys overall. Anyway, very fortuitous that we came across that ash vampire holding the Mithril Key so early. And again, yes, that vampire was probably not imprisoned, but perhaps the door was locked because the vampire does not wish to be disturbed by just anyone who comes along. Whether it's some meddling adventurer from the outside, which I'm sure is fairly rare, or one of these large and loud denizens of this place, such as this fire demon that I believe I saw. Yes, there you are. Greetings, fire demon. Yes, you think you're very scary. Eat some frost. You open door with a Mithril Key. Aha. So I'll just mark this Mithril as a reminder of where I used that key. We have stairs going down. Now we just kind of happened upon this path by luck. I suspect there is much more to be seen here on this first level of the realm of Dagoth-Ur. But we'll save that for another time. My last video was a bit overly long, perhaps. So this time around, I'm going to try to keep things a bit more reasonable. This level seems hotter, as if a great fire burns underneath your feet.
Welcome, Moon and Star. I have prepared a place for you.
You know what's funny? I just realized I haven't even drawn my dagger while being here. So there we go. And let's make sure we're absorbing spells. Let's go ahead and cast a fresh shield spell. And then please help us replenish our spell points. Thank you. Gotcha. Definitely not surprising to see hellhounds and fire demons in such a hot place as this. The Ash Vampire was a bit unsettling for Eärendil, because he's already faced and defeated other vampires, but an Ash Vampire, that was something unlike anything he had ever encountered before. There's something unsettling about the type of magic that had affected that being. He felt more powerful than other vampires, but also just strangely undead in a different way. Now here we have an iron golem. Seen a few of those, that's also not surprising. Let's see how they like frost. I think I'm getting him. Good. Ghost. Various forms of undead, of course, are likely to be encountered here. Nothing surprising about that. Eärendil's Mithril dagger should be able to finish it off. There we go. A dagger of luck. Eärendil also recently acquired an amulet of luck, so he decided to replace his former ebony amulet, which is good, but it just provides a bonus to armor, as it were, to defense. And Eärendil doesn't need that too much because shield spells are more than enough as far as boosting his defense. So he figured extra luck sounded better. As such, here are his current stats, boosted by various items. Decent strength, especially for a mage. High intelligence and willpower, decent agility and speed, high endurance, okay personality, and very high luck at this point. Might want to save again, because who knows when we might level up to finally become a level 20 mage. Ah, some wraiths. Go ahead and cast some spells, since they're going to be a good source of magicka. Come on. Come on, you creepy thing. Actually, the thought occurs to Eärendil. Some of these ghosts and wraiths might be fallen Dwemer from ages past, long, long ago. If so, Eärendil actually feels a certain sense of reverence for them, and has no desire to mock them or to disturb them any more than he needs to. Let's go ahead and see if we can cut through some of this wall. Some of this here might be impenetrable. That's very interesting. So we'll save again. Do some tunneling. So let's see. No, those can be destroyed as well. Ah, that's why it looks different. Because there's already a tunnel beneath. Very interesting. And perhaps very fortunate for Eärendil. Assuming there are no traps, no unpleasant surprises awaiting him down these tunnels. Thankfully, in this game, that is pretty much never the case, other than enemies being able to attack you from above. Now who? Okay, a ghost. Are you a Dwemer from long ago? I apologize for disturbing your home, though I'm hardly the first to do so. Certainly not the worst to do so. Please go ahead and cast some more spells. And speak, if you will. Let me hear the Dwemer language of old. Teach me of the lore of the ancient craftsmen and lore masters of your people from long ago, back when the Dunmer were Chimer, when the Dark Elves were not known as Dark Elves. Sadly, that ghost did not speak, at least not in any way that Eärendil recognized. He's heard some drums in the deep. Perhaps cultists of Dagoth-Ur. Some of his sleepers or dreamers or whatever they might be called. Do we have any secret doors here? No? We may access more tunnels here. Right? Oops, wrong direction. Here we go. So we came from the west. I suppose we'll continue east for a bit. Now this open space is intriguing. In this chamber you see a Lich and a diamond key gleaming from a darkened hand, something like that. Very foreboding. Let's see if we can get that message again. Well, I apologize for not reading all of it in time, but it will be there. In the video, you can go back to it if you need to.
The sixth house is risen, and Lord Dagoth is its glory.
Eärendil smiles to himself, remembering how fearful a Lich was to him in times past when he saved a lady from a Lich. He's not so scared of them anymore. He has become such a powerful and knowledgeable mage that there is scarcely anything that he fears at this point. At least in terms of anything that is known to exist on the continent of Tamriel. Let us see how long this Lich can withstand the fire magic of Eärendil. Not terribly long, though longer than most. Now, I don't think we picked up the key, so perhaps it was not in his hand, but is in the vicinity. Again, I did not have time to fully read the message. I may have missed some detail, but we will simply look around. I don't think we're seeing it so far. interesting design here, kind of reminiscent of various religious and cultural symbols. Mostly of a good nature, of course. Now there is also the evil form of it in terms of you-know-who, but we shall not speak of that, and thankfully that is not the type of evil that Eärendil has to face in this game. In any case, here we have what we sought. A diamond key. Another beautiful pixel key in the corner there. But yeah, this symbol is a little bit reminiscent of a swastika, which again was originally and is still in its original form in much of its use in Buddhist religion and other religious traditions arising out of East Asia. It is very much a good symbol, untainted from the negative associations that later came from the West. Anyway, that's a cool design. Sorry for going on and on about silly things that are kind of irrelevant to the lore of the Elder Scrolls. It's a little tempting to engage in some more shenanigans here, you know, maybe carve some paths through there, but I don't think there's any actual reason to. Now wait, where did we enter from? I suppose we entered from here. Huh. Very interesting. As far as where we want to go now, maybe it would be worthwhile to see if we can carve out from that arm. From this side of the interesting design. I wonder what that shape, that pattern, that design may have meant to the Dwemer. Assuming they are the ones who carved that floor in that way, which does seem most likely. More drums. Got them both, with one ranged shock blast. One of Eärendil's many custom spells. And indeed, he may as well experiment with using more of his expensive magic. As with spell absorption, there is very little risk of running out of magicka. Hello. Two of you at once, no problem. So we're heading south for a while, that is fine with me. And we have secret doors here. I'm not sure where we will need that diamond key. will surely need it. Let's do a ranged fire blast in a moment. Greetings, Stone Golem. I love the way the lighting effects work with these spells. With the pixel art in this game, it just works out fantastically. It's a very nice touch. I call it pixel art, of course. Now, there was no such concept, as far as I know. I don't think that term was used back in the 90s when this game was developed, but, you know, they simply would have thought of it as graphics. This is just what graphics is, but I am one of the many who does still like this older style of graphics that we now lovingly call pixel art. More treasure. Some of these treasures that Eärendil's been collecting, some of them may come from the more ancient times of Dwemer dwelling in this place. Others are more recent. Now, let's see. It might be necessary or desirable, at least, to be able to traverse some of this lava, which actually can be done thanks to fire resistance. It takes a very powerful fire resistance spell to resist lava, or so I would think. But so it is in this game that it is indeed powerful enough to withstand even this sort of heat, even being immersed in it. Quite remarkable, though I imagine it might still be uncomfortable. Eärendil's probably sweating quite a bit. Not careful, the spell might wear off at an inopportune time. We have something blocking us. Let's do some frost blast. This seemed to take care of it. I think it might have been a homunculus. I think that was the sound I heard, was the flapping of its large, leathery wings. Take stock of what we've collected so far. We found 2 enchanted plate helms. Those are probably of Dwemer make. A simple buckler, we will discard that. Round shield, tower shield. Some of them are of historic interest, but not precious or important enough to merit keeping. Perhaps once this area has been cleared out of monsters to some extent by Eärendil, some other intrepid adventurers can come along to collect more of these artifacts. Eärendil has only so much room and so much strength to carry things. All right. Another warm swim. And more leathery wings. Recover stamina from our swing. More wraiths. Dead Dwemer from ages past. Where have the rest of your kin gone? The disappearance of the dwarves is one of the greatest mysteries in all the lands of Tamriel. Though Eärendil is not an expert on Morrowind lore, far from it, but even he has heard something about the strange events that occurred here. The differing reports regarding what took place during and after certain important battles and other important events of significance. As well as the many strange and wildly differing theories about what may have happened to the Dwemer. All highly speculative. No one knows. At least no one that Eärendil has ever spoken with. Who is playing these drums that we hear now and then? Could even those be somehow echoes of the Dwemer's past? Rhythms beat by Dwemer wraiths. Of course, the more likely answer is that it's coming from servants of Dagoth. But who knows? There are a number of possibilities. Okay, so we'll do some more swimming, go back this way, and then we should probably try to head eastward a little bit more. So resisting fire, we continue. Something's blocking me. Sounds like a wraith, perhaps? Eärendil deeply wishes he could know the undoubtedly rich and fascinating history of each of these halls and chambers, and the various items strewn about them. I guess I'll indulge in a bit of searching this way, farther south, now east again. That's good. Eärendil is thankful that he is not claustrophobic. He is not thankful that he now senses once again the presence of a powerful vampire nearby. Another ash vampire.
Serve Lord Dagoth.
So there you are.
Farewell, sweet Nerevar. Better luck on your next incarnation.
You were a fool to confront me, and now have paid the ultimate price. Even now, my servants go to fetch your mortal husk. You will serve me well through my years as Emperor. Once I have made you undead, perhaps I will even let you retain some of your memories, so that the price of your failure has meaning to you.
It has been some time since Eärendil last perished, and indeed he does feel a bit foolish, for he should have known better, but he was stopping and staring in awe at that ash vampire, trusting, foolishly, it turns out, that his various spells of protection will be enough to afford him some time to indulge his curiosity in that way. Thankfully, by the blessings of the Aedra, he's able to make another attempt.
Persistent, aren't you?
That sort of thing is one way of providing an in-game, in-world interpretation of the ability to try again from a save point due to some form of powerful magic, either from mortal mages or perhaps from divines. So we had gone this way. We'll try that again. And this time, Eärendil will be more cautious. It's possible that our magic shielding had worn off either just before getting to the vampire, or as the vampire started. Oh boy. Yeah, my health was dropping precipitously, so let's, that might be because of resist fire. Now, I'm not 100% sure, is that because resist fire faded away, or was the lava also slowly eating away at our magic shield as well? Well, the resist fire is enough, but yes, once the resistance to fire had worn off, it did eat away at our shield. So, let's see if we have enough to cast spell absorption. Good. Now let's continue. Go ahead and cast your spells now. Ash Vampire. Cast all you want. Ha! He was killed by his own spells. That seems to happen sometimes, even when I'm not reflecting spells. I suspect that may be because they're casting spells, or in the case of hellhounds, breathing elemental magic that has an area of effect, or otherwise somehow hits them. An unintended consequence of their own powers. Well, so this time, Eärendil was very successful against the Ash Vampire, so we better save. But yeah, now we know that our resist fire spell does not last super long. We definitely need to keep an eye on that. Hello there, Medusa. Thank you for recharging our magicka. Gotcha. Stepping over the Medusa's corpse, we acquire more Dwemer gold, Dwemer shields, and so forth. Okay. Interesting design here. It would probably do us well to investigate this space in here. Oh, and we have a key. A crystal key. Again, a nice pixel key design. None over here. Okay. Interesting gate. Controls are being a little uncooperative right now. Behind the cell door, you see a Medusa and a crystal key glinting from a pedestal on your right. Well, we came upon that Medusa from a different direction. Nonetheless, I appreciate that flavor text. These tiles together almost seem to form a strange, kind of scary looking humanoid form. Why do we hear the calls of strange birds? Very unexpected in these depths. There must be all manner of strange things that have taken place and are taking place down in this hot realm. Halls that few feet have tread compared to most other dungeons we've been in. Or at least perhaps that's the case. I mean, I could be wrong, given the number of Dwemer that would have dwelt here in the past. But certainly, since the disappearance of the Dwemer, there have been relatively few that have ever come down here. Another subterranean path, and more undead. Glowing red eyes of a Dwemer deceased. Okay. Well, we might as well go back into the room with this interesting spiraling shape. And, we'll continue pushing farther east. Strafed a bit too far there. This should be about right. This time we'll go northeast. Many dark corridors. Let's light things up. Huh. For now, Eärendil takes a different path. He felt a sudden sensation of fear in another room. Something he doesn't feel often these days. Whether that is due to some fell magic, or due simply to the psychological effect of this place, Eärendil is unsure. But he feels it would be best to be somewhat cautious as he moves forward. Aha. A shattered stone golem. We will proceed east for now. By the way, speaking of editing audio clips into this video, I assume it's probably the case that I have already edited into earlier parts of this video some bits of wonderful music and video created by an artist known as the youngscrolls.
Oh, to the workshop he will go. The workshop in the snow. Lovely lanterns all aglow.
They call me Mage, the Dapper. The guys call me Dagoth-Ur. They call me Mage, the Dapper. But they should be calling me Sir. You know, as a matter of fact, I am never light, I never know. I am so fly, I never know. I am never light, I never know.
How many of you are fans of the music of youngscrolls? I imagine it's many of you. If you're big fans of the Elder Scrolls, you probably know about youngscrolls as well. And he is just a wonderful artist who has created many wonderful songs based on themes and in many cases voice audio files from the Elder Scrolls games. But anyway, Dagoth Wave, that is the music video by which I and many others were first introduced to the youngscrolls and his brilliance. And of course, how could I resist? As I travel here to the realm of Dagoth-Ur, how could I resist including some Dagoth Wave here and there?
Welcome, moon and star, come to me through fire and war. Oh, oh, come Nerevar, come and look upon the heart, look upon the heart. Oh. Welcome, Nerevar. Together we shall speak for the law and the land, and shall drive the mongrel dogs of the Empire from Morrowind.
I'm missing him sometimes. But even when I miss, at least it's fun to see it light up some of the hallways behind. Ah, yes, I've already been here. Right. Okay. This time I'll proceed that way. In the center of this chamber, you see a vampire and an amethyst ring or key sparkling on a pedestal to one corner.
The sixth house is risen.
Put up a mirror. And prepare some ranged fire spells. Goodbye, fell vampire, servant of Dagoth-Ur. Bracelet and a dagger. Here we find, of course, an Amethyst Key. Very nice. Go ahead and drop some of the more mundane items I've collected. Although some of these are so fine that even though they are not enchanted, calling them mundane doesn't seem quite right. These are beautiful objects, mostly of Dwemer make, though some are from elsewhere. Other times or places or other peoples. That dagger we picked up from the Ash Vampire was enchanted. Eärendil is a little bit nervous about what kind of magics it might hold. We found a lot of powerful and interesting items, as well as a decanter choked with small red berries and a clear semi-solid jelly. Nice. I suppose we may as well continue east for a bit. See what there is to see. Well, a ghost, first of all. I destroyed the floor here. I'll give you another way to enter this subterranean path. Interesting. So what was attacking us there? Some fire blast should take care of it. Yes, indeed. Did not mean to cast Silence All. No, we want Spell Absorption. There we go. Come on. Okay. I feel like cutting through the wall this way. Suppose now we'll explore to the north a little bit. See what's going on in this region. That might be lava, or that might be a staircase. Probably lava. I might risk resting even in this strange and dangerous place. Enemies nearby. No good. Rest on this pedestal. Now then, interesting twisty passages here and there. Hello, Wraith. Don't mind me as I plunder some of the goods of this place, including a Mithril longsword. That's cool. No offense intended. Especially if you are a Dwemer Wraith. But priority must be given to the living. To those who still have much to gain or lose here in the lands of Tamriel. Now then. Perhaps I should go further north after going around this bend. Let's see here. Well, yeah. Many secret doors in this place, created by those clever dwarven craftsmen. Craftspeople. I do not mean to be overly gendered in my language. In this chamber you see a fire demon and a sapphire key sitting on a pedestal near it. The fourth key we have encountered here in this place. Fourth and final, perhaps? Oh, come on, why is my jumping not working? There we go. Hello, fire demon. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry that you cannot get to me, but I'm going to take this key, okay? Thank you for the sapphire key. Really hope you don't mind. And that is an impressive dance. I call that the fire demon jig. But I cannot sit here and watch forever. So, goodbye to you. Oh, I think this may have protected you from my spell. Your breath is as unpleasant as it is dangerous. I'm gonna get a little more distance from you here. And, let's continue absorbing spells. Gotcha. So with 4 keys in our possession, where do we now go? Suppose we should also mark this. guessing the keys may have been created by the dwarves, but are now in use by Dagoth-Ur and his various servants, some of whom like beating on drums. That much is clear. Okay. And again, we had an interesting spiral shape there. Very cool. And here, an interesting design. The Dwemer certainly loved their geometric patterns and shapes. So that's where I came from. But I never did explore this northwest corner. There might be something significant there. Either that or up here to the north of that central location. So let's see what we can find here. Just to be safe, let's cast a fresh resist fire, because it's going to get hot. A nice out-of-the-way storeroom. We'll leave a few things here for future adventurers to find. Another vampire. Guarding quite a hoard of treasure. Greetings.
Serve Lord Dagoth.
Quite the stockpile you have here. Is this your own collection, or are these things you guard for some master? Perhaps Dagoth-Ur himself. What can you tell me of him, and of his strange and fallen house?
You shall serve as flesh or dust.
That does it. Wow. upgrading a number of deadly weapons in addition to his magic spells. Clearly that ash vampire was not someone that most adventurers should try to deal with. We'll leave his battle axe here. Wow, we found a lot of stuff. And that flail that the vampire was wielding was enchanted. That's cool. We cannot use it, but we may sell it so some other good adventurer, we hope, can use it in the future. So, yet another ash vampire. Perhaps we will carve our way south for a ways. Why not? Oops, destroyed a bit more than I meant to. Very sorry to disturb your home, oh hellhounds. Greetings. Okay. Another strangely carved out room. And what shall we find here? Anything of interest? Found more gold, but that's barely of interest to Eärendil anymore at this point. He's mainly just glad to get it out of the hands of nefarious folk, such as Sixth House cultists. Come on, what have you got? Go ahead and cast some spells. Ah, why must you come in for physical combat? How dare you? think I need 4 keys. This is most intriguing. And will I need to answer any riddles as well as I proceed to the heart of this place? Who knows? Okay. Well, I guess I do want to explore this area now. Oops. Huh. That's not what I meant to do. Okay. Now then, she'll make her way west. Enemies nearby, oh no. What would be the best way to take this guy out quickly? Probably a bunch of shock spells. Gotta be kidding me. Strange monstrosity. Hope it's not resistant to shock. Shifting to fire now. Finally. And we are near a room. We dare rest. That was not good. Luckily, we stocked up on even more restore power potions. So yeah, we don't need to rely on resting. I probably shouldn't do that. Let's go invisible. Destroy some more walls. And there he is, the big bruiser, wondering where I am. This room definitely looks significant. Trapped in the center of this lava pool is an iron golem, and a ruby key on a pedestal beside it. A fifth key, really? Well, instead of swimming, let's go ahead and levitate. Wonderful spell, and I especially love the way it works in Daggerfall and Morrowind. Don't mind us. Just floating through, invisible. We'll take that ruby key, and we shall be on our way. I guess we'll go to the north. See if there's anything special going on there. It would seem so. If these sounds are any indication. These hellhounds cannot see us, though one wonders if they do smell something interesting in the air as I pass. Gold flecks the hot walls of these passages, lending credibility to the legends of dwarven wealth beneath. That's cool. Ah, they can see me again. I do think the bobbing up and down is kind of a fun way of representing that we're levitating. Although, as I've mentioned before, that can become very annoying if you're in a space with limited headspace, because then it just really slows you down. So what have we here? Well, that's where we came from, right. But now we have doors to the north. I'm guessing that is where we shall be using these keys we've collected. To pass the first portal, thou must find the ruby key. It has been found. To pass the second portal, thou must find the Sapphire Key. Let me guess. To pass the third portal, thou must find the Crystal Key. Okay. Amethyst Key for the fourth portal. And now for the fifth. Diamond Key. Beautiful. And so we have, amid these unsettling walls and piles of rubble from felled stone golems, we have a stairwell even deeper down into these hot and unpleasant depths. As you enter this level, a wave of sulphurous air hits you. A roaring sound can be heard as if some great conflagration lies ahead. The air around you shimmers with heat.
Welcome, Moon and Star, to this place where destiny is made.
Well, perhaps some frost to cool things down. You have gained a level of experience. We are now a level 20 mage. We have 5 bonus points, that's great. Now, where do we wish to invest those? Willpower's a little tempting. Speed, strength. I think Eärendil probably has an excellent personality, personally, but we shall not worry too much about this stat being kind of average. Yes, let's go ahead and increase our willpower. Done. Now it's up to 85 with the various items we're wearing to boost some of our attributes. This is looking fantastic. Magic defense has a bonus of +7. Wonderful. The personality attribute, I think that mainly just affects your ability to get good prices for things. I don't think it affects much else besides that, if anything. So that's why I don't care too much about that. Oh my. Let's save again. Lots of deadly enemies here. Any adventurer who is not quite up to Eärendil's level would not survive here long. A blast of heat hits you as you stand at the portal to a great lake of fire. Around you, occasional fires erupt, then flicker out. In the center of the lake, you can just make out some sort of structure. Very cool. So either Dagoth-Ur has set this place up to have some more wraiths and ghosts protecting it, or some of these might just be angry Dwemer of the past. I'm not sure. Now, of course, I keep talking about Dagoth-Ur perhaps meddling with things and setting up guards and whatnot. Now, in the lore of this game, it would perhaps be more accurate to say that it's Jagar Tharn that's doing things. But, and indeed, he did have some involvement here. But with the added knowledge from later lore, it does make sense to say that a lot of this has to do with Dagoth-Ur, in fact more so than Jagar Tharn. Even though he obviously came here to hide something. And so that raises some interesting questions. You know, would Jagar Tharn have actually had some conversation with Dagoth-Ur? One thinks that he either would have needed to do that, would have needed to engage in some kind of alliance or trade with Dagoth-Ur. That is a possibility.
Sleepers, awake! House Dagoth is risen.
Or, of course, he may have just come in here benefiting from invisibility and other powerful magics to keep him at least relatively hidden from the powerful sight of Dagoth-Ur, who would surely not be willing to allow interlopers in here to hide things or mess with things. Seems like I keep missing this Lich. Greetings, Lich. Her cries are fearful indeed. So are you a servant of Jagar Tharn or of Dagoth-Ur? Difficult to say in the case of any of these undead, or the fire demons, or the golems. It's possible that for any one of them that they could be more truthfully a servant of Dagoth-Ur or more a servant of Jagar Tharn. And again, some could perhaps be a servant of both, especially if they did enter into some degree of alliance. Perhaps Jagar Tharn would have agreed to allow Dagoth-Ur to have dominion over this area, although chances are chances are both of them would not plan on honoring that alliance forever. Only as long as it suited them, as they continued building up their strength and their armies for further conquest. Greetings, fell fire demons, very much like the Balrogs of Tolkien's world. Balrogs of Morgoth. Feels good to be a level 20 mage. All of these beings, which normally would be considered very formidable foes, are now basically just a trifle for the mage, or perhaps I should say archmage, Eärendil. We shall do some levitating. Although I suppose I might as well fill out my map over here, explore this corner, before I head to the middle. More fire demons, as expected. Gotcha. Another fire demon, huh? Okay, let's head to the center. First, we'll take care of this guy.
Come to the Heart Chamber. I wait for you there, where we last met countless ages ago.
Very interesting structure we see here. Now where, oh where, might that staff piece be? And here we are, the 8th piece of the Staff of Chaos. To escape a riddle must ye answer, from the beginning of eternity to the end of time and space, to the beginning of every end and the end of every place. What am I? A fascinating riddle, and if you don't want the answer spoiled, then of course jump ahead a ways. You can see the timestamps down below if you want to go past this point. I'm not sure what the answer is. Some of you might be brighter than me and may have already thought of it. I wonder if this riddle was concocted by the Dwemer, or by Jagar Tharn, or perhaps by Dagoth-Ur. I mean, I suppose one possibility is everything. Wrong, mortal. Dagoth-Ur will enjoy your company over the millennia. You realize with despair that the only way out is to answer the question correctly. But in the meantime, we have here the top piece of the Staff of Chaos. So I think I'll wait for that message to disappear, and then I shall claim it for myself. Ah, the riddle has reappeared. So it's not everything. From the beginning of eternity to the end of time and space, to the beginning of every end and the end of every place. Goodness, what could this be? I mean, it is tempting to think about time, but time is actually part of the riddle text, so I doubt that, but I'll just try it, just for fun, in case they were sloppy. Wrong. In any case, let's go ahead and claim our prize. You have found the last piece of the Staff of Chaos. As though a living thing, it flies to complete the staff. The whole burns brightly with cold fire, and you can feel the strength of this conduit, as though it were your own strength. Wonderful. But now we still have the problem of trying to get out of here.
What a fool you are. What a grand and intoxicating innocence. How could you be so naive? There is no escape. No recall or intervention can work in this place. Come, lay down your weapons. It is not too late for my mercy.
I mean, I suppose another thing worth trying would be nothing. Nope.
Stupid.
Eärendil begins to wonder, could he truly be doomed to stay here in this strange, dark, and excessively heated realm of Dagoth-Ur for the rest of his days? I mean, could the answer actually be something like God or gods?
Omnipotent, omniscient, sovereign, immutable. How sweet it is to be a god.
Could the answer be change? No.
Fool!
This would be a bit strange, but could it be death? Nope.
Shame on you!
I assume it would not be light. No.
Oh, dear me. Forgive me, but I am enjoying this.
Oh my goodness. I just thought of it. In fact, now that the cleverness of this riddle is occurring to me, I think I do recall hearing about this riddle a long time ago, but I'm grateful that I did not remember the key to deciphering it. So now that I have it, again, if you don't want it spoiled, then please pause or skip ahead. But now I recall that we're meant to think about what is at the beginning of the word eternity, and at the end of the words time and space, the beginning of every end, and the end of every place. What am I? The letter E. Thou art truly worthy. Go in peace, and let thy fate be written in the Elder Scrolls. And so it shall be.
I surrender! I surrender!
So now we have the completed Staff of Chaos, and we are free to go. If only we had a spell of teleportation. But in any case, we shall get out of here swiftly enough. And we are grateful that we have not had to face Dagoth-Ur himself.
I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. I'm I'm a god. How can you kill a god? Shame on you, sweet Nerevar.
One wonders where exactly he might be at this moment, and whether he has any interest in Eärendil or his shenanigans, or whether he feels like he doesn't care to get involved in protecting Jagar Tharn's interests. In fact, he might want me to defeat Jagar Tharn for all I know. We'll also go invisible, just to whatever extent that might help us. And we'll get out of here. Through all these silly doors, these many gates, perhaps when this place was first built by the Dwemer, the dwarves of yore. Perhaps they built those multiple doors either to protect very precious objects down there, or perhaps to prevent those who were considered not yet ready to work in those most dangerous depths. Okay then, we'll proceed all the way north, and then east. Can you see me? Well, now you can, but no longer. I really like the design of this place. As you know, I like the design of this game overall. It's not perfect. I mean, of course, if you wanted to nitpick, there are plenty of things you could say about every aspect of the design of this game, how little things could be improved here and there. And that includes the level design to some extent, but really, in most cases, I think the level design is quite good. At the very least, for its time, as they say. Okay, come on. Need to jump over here. My jumping is not working. There we go. Another... Oh, I see. The vampire is back, or a new vampire has come to take its place. It probably is the same vampire. These strange ash vampires, they apparently are capable of recovering even when Eärendil would have thought they were completely dead. That is truly frightening.
The sleeper awakes.
Well, I better at least cause him to fall down again, to return to an ashen state. Terrifying creature. And if you haven't played the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, I highly recommend that you try it out. And when you get to the point where you do face some ash vampires, I suspect you will be every bit as fascinated and in love with them as well-designed characters as I am. Okay. So we have more treasures. In that short time, these servants of Dagoth-Ur managed to replenish their stores. they managed to hoard even more wealth for the glory of the 6th house and the tribe unmourned. Now some of these, if they seem a bit weak, like that one, I guess I'll drop them as well. Guess I might as well take a route that's different from where I went last time. What is going on here? A raised passage. Some creepy wraiths have come to greet me. Some nice, refreshing, cool water. It's very welcome to Eärendil. Interesting. Let's see if I can jump up here. There we go. What a strange maze of passages. A maze of twisty little passages, all alike, to quote the original text-adventure game, Colossal Cave Adventure. Aha. Perhaps these are all just wonderfully pointless rooms. I'm actually okay with that, because, I mean, they're not entirely pointless. Even if they are a little bit quote-unquote pointless from a certain point of view, in terms of possibly being passages and rooms that don't hold any really significant treasures or flavor text. But nonetheless, they do add to the flavor of the level all around. Okay, that's not good. Let's replenish our shield. You know, it kind of adds to the strange feel and flavor of this place. To have all these strange rooms and passageways. Come on. You can do it. Cast some more spells. I suppose I am proving myself a liar when I promised I would try to make this video a bit shorter. I've caught the exploration bug, and this video might end up being just about as long as the last, who knows. But I love this place so much I can't help myself. I want to explore not quite every inch of it, but a little bit more of it. Let's put it that way. I see it as I'm just exploring a few more corners on my way out. Oh boy. So then the question is, does that include checking out this southwest corner? Oh, why not? Why not? It's not every day you get to travel to the realm of Dagoth-Ur. Why not see a bit more of what there is to see? Being blocked by something. Time for a fire blast. Greetings, wraiths. For all I know, some of these wraiths could be ancient kings, queens, other royalty or nobility, or great ancient warriors, ancient engineers, and other dwarves of renown. Interesting. Huh. More treasure. Sadly, it may be much more than we can hold. So yeah, there's no issue of carrying too much weight, it's just we have only so many slots, only so much space. So we'll drop a few things. temper my urge to explore more. We'll try to just go steadily in the direction of the exit from now on for the most part. So we're going back to this room. Greetings. There's more to see for those who would wish to fully explore this map. I do not wish to take that much time out of my day today, so we'll proceed this way. I also don't want to waste too much time fighting iron golems, so we are now invisible. Interesting. Wonder what's going on in there. The passages within this volcano are covered in soot, and the smell of sulfur lingers everywhere. Very cool. Okay, this place is tricky. Another storeroom, full of angry ghosts, no doubt. Good day to you, Dwemer. I have no quarrel with you. And the idea of Dwemer ghosts is, of course, lore-friendly, since we do see some Dwemer ghosts in the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. I'll be taking this Iron Golem's treasure as well. Thank you very much. Oh my, we got surrounded. levitation, please. We shall proceed north. Explore just a tiny bit more here. To see what's in some of these rooms near the exit. It is actually a bit sad to think that I might be mainly just succeeding in disturbing more Dwemer that would prefer to be left alone. We have a large sarcophagus here. Beautiful. And now we're dealing with the slowdown of levitation on a raised platform. Unfortunately. Did not mean to give you another demonstration of that. That is the one unfortunate aspect of how they implemented levitation in this game. Would have been nice if they would have fixed that issue, but, you know. Sometimes there are only so many things that can be addressed before a game needs to be released. Farewell. Whatever famed Dwemer rests here. And on we go, sheathing our dagger, which we scarcely needed here anyhow, for at this point Eärendil can rely almost entirely on his spells. And as we depart, we shall indeed spend some time not in Markgren Forest or Stone Forest, but in the wonderful city of Ald'ruhn, also known as Ald'ruhn, which by this time should already be the seat of power of the House Redrin, my favorite house in Morrowind. You have arrived in the village of Ald'ruhn, or Ald'ruhn, in Morrowind Province. The date is Middas, 30th of Hearthfire in the year 3rd Era 392. It took 8 days to reach your goal. You arrive at Morrowind, you arrive at Ald'ruhn, a village held by Lord Nisic. Although weary from travel, you find the place seems to beckon for exploration. And we have here the wonderful music of snowfall, although I wonder if in this case, this should actually be interpreted as ashfall.
What do you think of our city, Outlander?
Yes, Outlander, what do you want?
We Thaumaturgus believe that to possess a man's name is to possess his soul. If you must call me something, call me Eärendil. At this point, of course, we shall not find the wonderful, enormous crab carapace that serves as the primary building in this village or town or city or whatever you want to call it in its later incarnations. Laughing Djinn. I suppose we may as well stay here to rest from our most recent adventures. The Laughing Djinn Tavern you enter is brightly lit and colorful compared to the cold, dark clouds that hang in the sky. Well then. Similar design to the Queenship Inn where I began today's video. We shall drink a red wine in honor of Red Mountain. And we shall stay in a nice suite for one day. 35 gold pieces? Let's say 32, that's more reasonable. Okay, 32 gold pieces is incredibly cheap for the suite. You've got a bargain, kid. Shake on it. Very well. And now, if we go to sleep, who might visit us in our dreams? Ria Silmane or Jagar Tharn? At this point, as in most of the latter half of the game, it is most likely to be first Jagar Tharn. 2 hours passed. We saw no visions. Well, let's go ahead and see 7:46 in the evening. Let's first of all cast a fresh shield spell. Rest up again. So now it is 11:50. We shall go out, and I'm guessing that Jagar Tharn might summon monsters to attack us if we're exploring the city at night. First, let's talk with some of the wonderfully friendly folk of Vvardenfell. You won't find any better ale in Ald'ruhn than here at the Laughing Djinn. Good to know. By the Black Maw, I forgot how many stupid High Elf adventurers there are in the Laughing Djinn. Okay. No offense, High Elf, but I don't need any company right now. Point taken. Eärendil shall take his leave, and say good day to all of you, and go out for a nice pleasant stroll. Here, in the middle of night. Under the falling ash. I actually should say, as many of you already know, there is a notorious bug in this game that is not just like a random bug that you might unfortunately run into, but is one of those that everybody experiences. It's just a 100% reproducible bug, as they say. And that is that actually Ria Silmane's final vision does not play for you. I mean, otherwise we probably would have gotten it while we were sleeping just then. Or we would get it while sleeping after having our next unfriendly vision from Jagar Tharn. But yeah, Ria Silmane's final words of advice regarding what to do next in the main quest are unfortunately not present in the game.
I congratulate you on your success. Have you discovered, however, what I have known all along? The staff is drained of all magical potential. I did it myself before scattering the pieces across the realm. It is a useless stick, good for churning butter or rowing a boat, but not for saving the Emperor. Come find me if you dare, and I will relieve you of any further burdens you may think to face. My legions await.
Okay. Wonderful. So there we of course got the vision we awaited from Jagar Tharn. And that, of course, already gives us some notion of what to do next. And we would already know anyway, right? At this point in the game, you would know, okay, we've collected every piece of the Staff of Chaos. Presumably, the next step is to go to the Imperial Palace. And that's also what he was kind of challenging us to do, as he taunted us with this notion that apparently power had somehow been drained from this staff, even before it was broken into 8 pieces. So, very strange. But, strange and unfortunate, I should say. But anyway, although it is fairly obvious where to go next. Ah, we have a vampire now.
This is the end of you, sweet.
Servant of Jagar Tharn, no doubt. I shall fell thee swiftly. As I was saying, although it is quite obvious where we should go next, there is something a bit puzzling about the method for defeating the final boss, Jagar Tharn. And that's also something that many of you watching probably know. You're already familiar with many aspects of this game, some of you anyway. And I'm not going to spoil it all right now, but I'll just say that it's unfortunate that Ria Silmane's final vision doesn't play in the game, because she actually gives a very crucial hint about how to defeat Jagar Tharn. But I have gone ahead and taken those audio files that do still exist with the game, and have paired them with a video of Ria Silmane appearing and speaking. And so, the next time we rest, I will go ahead and present that as if it were being presented by the game. The only thing that will be missing is the usual text. You know, normally there are, you could call them subtitles if you will, but anyway, there's usually text down below Ria Silmane's image, just like there was for Jagar Tharn, to indicate what she is saying. I like the layout of this place, it's kind of interesting. But anyway, so yeah, let me go ahead and proceed perhaps back to the Laughing Djinn, and we will sleep some more, as it is nighttime after all. Eärendil felt like going for a walk, especially since he knew that Jagar Tharn would most likely try to attack him again.
Make it quick, Ald'ruhn.
But now he's ready to seek more information from Ria Silmane. I assume if I talk with folks, such as Azaramar Helbrook...
What is this regarding, Ald'ruhn?
I assume there's nothing special that they have, no new options about locations, of course not. So...
Die, Fetcher!
What are you guys doing? What do you think you're gonna do to me?
You in.
Let's take care of you. Won't bother with any of your paltry items. But what if I were to ask you, good sir, for rumors? There's probably something going on elsewhere in Morrowind, but not here in Ald'ruhn. I haven't heard about any jobs in a while. Sorry. Good day to you, Dwemer. I know he doesn't actually look like a Dwemer, but that's okay, we can pretend. So we have lots of inns around here. The Blue Goblin. I love the various names they have. And here another store, the Worm's Armaments. Well, let's go ahead and spend the rest of this night in the Blue Goblin. Sure, that means we're spending a bit more money than we need to. We already have a suite that we could spend the rest of our night in, but why not spread the wealth around? Eärendil has plenty of gold. The warm smells of tobacco smoke and simple foods draw you into the Blue Goblin from the freezing autumn night. Okay. We have here 2 musicians, various other folk enjoying the hospitality of this public house, including a monk over there. Very interesting. Dear monk, what is your name?
3 blessings, Sarah.
Nice to meet you, High Elf. I am Zyril Enakon of the Conclave of Truth. Can I give you some of our literature, or do you need something else? I probably need to work on my Dwemer voice, if I'm being honest. Anyway, we shall move on. Greetings and keep.
Under sun and sky, Outlander, we greet you warmly.
We are ready for more sleep, but in the meantime, let us celebrate with a little more red wine.
Wealth beyond measure, Outlander.
And we feel like splurging a bit more. This time we'll stay in the King's Suite. 50 gold, you say? Let's say 45. Okay. Yes, I think we can do business. The King's Suite for 45 gold. I assume it's a deal. And now, 1:10 in the morning. She'll cast a fresh shield spell and rest until healed.
I had expected that with all 8 pieces together, the Staff of Chaos would activate and free the Emperor. None of this has occurred, and I finally know why. Jagar Tharn is a gem of the rarest qualities. Legend has it that it is a star fallen from the sky, for it glows with an inner flame. This is the jewel of fire, and the crucible of Tharn's life force. It is also the thing in which Tharn has suffused all of the energy of the staff. If you can touch the staff to this jewel, the release of that combined energy may be enough to destroy the Staff of Chaos and open the gate between worlds. If you are successful, Tharn will no doubt be destroyed as well. There is only one way to get this jewel. You must make your way into the Imperial Palace and find wherever Tharn has hidden it. Be warned, once inside, Tharn will throw the full might of the palace guards and those creatures made to resemble the Imperial Guard against you. They are but puppets of Tharn's machinations. Have mercy on them, for they know not what they serve. With Tharn, however, such care need not be taken. If you are successful, a dimensional door should open, freeing the Emperor. With the jewel drained of energy, Tharn should also perish. There is a problem, however, with this course of action. Tharn, in his fear, has made the Imperial Palace inaccessible. If you have been there, you already know the guards are under orders to turn all who approach back. I think that I can circumvent this with a spell of altering, but it will mean the last of the energy holding me in this form. I will gladly sacrifice myself, however, so that Tharn can pay for his betrayal. The spell I cast will alter others' perceptions of your appearance. The guards posted outside the Imperial Palace should be fooled and allow you entry. I only hope it will be enough. You have done more than a hero could be asked. This is the final step of a long journey. Take heart and go forward with my blessing. I thank you in the Emperor's name.
Okay then. So how was that for an informative vision from Ria Silmane? I think it might be the longest of all of her vision messages. So anyway, our next episode will be the conclusion of Eärendil's adventures here in the lands of Tamriel as presented in the Elder Scrolls I arena. So I hope you will all stay tuned for that as Eärendil makes his way into the Imperial Palace and faces Jagar Tharn himself. But until then, thank you very much for watching. Please do like the video, subscribe to see more, and consider supporting all of my creative shenanigans by going to patreon.com/thedrake. Be excellent to yourself and everyone around you. Do as much good as you can and enjoy your life to the fullest. I will see you again next time.
This is the end. The bitter, bitter end.